Welcome to the show, guys. This one will be brief. I still owe you guys a remake of yesterday's one. They really killed the show yesterday, but today I would today or tomorrow I'll redo it. Okay? I promise. I give you guys my word. You have my word. You have my So today I've seen that, as usual, your favorite influencers and everybody is complaining about ritual killing in Nigeria. Now this is my problem. Ritual killing. First of all, why do we have to put an adjective, a descriptive noun in front of the verb? Descriptive. You hear me? So descriptive in front of the verb. Ritual killing. Please, I'm sorry. Which killing do you like? Which killing is acceptable? Now, which kind killing they acceptable? Because I don't understand why it's ritual killing. Everybody saying ritual killing, ritual killing. Now, I want to show you people. I want to show you people something that everybody sees but nobody wants to talk about. Right? There is no ritual killing. Nobody in Nigeria has evidence that there is ritual killing. Nobody has ever seen money falling down from heaven. Nobody has ever seen anybody calling money and money is falling down. Nobody has ever seen head that is bringing out money. I'm ready for IG today. Again, I hate network here. Again, I hate network. I'm gonna know best. I cannot fix network. I not be a technician. I not be engineer. I repeat, I have $10,000. Is every the monitor if you did live? I have $10,000 for anybody in Nigeria that can take me to a head that is vomiting money, or show me where money is falling from sky for somebody. There is no ritual killing. I know this. You know it in your heart of heart. There is no such thing. But now on top of that, we want the holla. Because ritual killing can make poor people have money. It's like when people were looting during NSAS. Not really looting. I won't call it looting. When Nigerians were redistributing the wealth of this country by themselves. When the people decided to redistribute the wealth of Nigeria. Now so all these same people come outside the holla. What is this looting? It's looting protest. The way Nigerians were complaining about that looting, you would think that Nigerians have not heard of looting before. Nigerians who they support and praise looters as soon as poor people do their own. These same Nigerians could not stand looting. They don't understand looting. How can looting on their head a boy? On their head a boy. As if to say, not be looting beyond of them work. Now, I beg, where the evidence of ritual killing? Any of them that don't ever see ritual killing, we bring money, say they are killing. This bullshit. People are committing crimes. They are harvesting people's organs out there in the streets. Stealing kidneys and livers and hearts for rich people in the hospital. They tell you ritual. What the? And now, the fact that nobody has evidence. So some stupid people now came to my page today. I made a post. Let me now repeat again just in case. If you have evidence of ritual money, come to Seun. I will give you $10,000 to show me with my two eyes like this. Say, see head where they vomit money, or see where money they fall from sky. Such lies and nonsense talk dominating our society because your so-called favorites and influencers are full with, their brain is cutting wool. They want to deliberately be selling you nonsense. Be this, so that your anger, because Nigerians, we have what they call righteous anger. We have the right to righteous anger. We're supposed to burn everything ready for this country. We're supposed to tear everything ready for this country. Our righteous anger is legitimate. So you know what they do? They pay all these their bastard idiots to take down your anger and direct it to the poor. You understand? So they can be doing something. They'll be doing it. You hear all their favorites. You keep quiet. Pim, nobody will say anything. The same thing will be happening. Once one poor person don't do them like this, wah! To direct your anger to the poor. So where's the evidence to show me that there is ritualist that is bringing out money? And which serial number is on all this money? In case you people don't know, money is a documented documented mode of exchange. Every money in this world is accounted for. Any money in this world is accounted for. You can't create money. They'll catch you. They'll catch you. The central bank will know that you are sending money that is not real money around. They are chasing my networks around. You don't worry. Me too, I have to be smart with them. If they spoil one network, I go switch to another network. I think we are back. So as I tell you that they go. Now, in Nigeria, let's define ritual. What is ritual? What is a ritual? You understand? What is a ritual? What is ritual? Ritual is something. Is how we ritual is the method of something. Method. When something becomes a method, you have a ritual to it. Like you have a method of living, you have a ritual of your existence. So people, they are ritual. You see, every morning when they wake up, they must first brush teeth, they'll come to their eye. Everybody has a ritual. Something that is reoccurring in the performance of a task or in existence. A reoccurring thing in the performance of something. A reoccurring thing in the existence. So this is what exactly brushing your teeth. I mean, real solar kuti. I don't say this is your kuti. Yeah, I like that name. Let's say you get sense because you have a kuti in your last name there. Brushing your teeth is a daily ritual. You must wake up and brush your teeth. You know, these kind of things that we do regularly. This is our ritual. Exactly. Another good explanation here. Cassava says ritual is an established way of doing things. Exactly. Now, let's talk about ritual killing. Established way of killing in Nigeria. Let's discuss it. Let us discuss the established way of doing things in Nigeria. The established way of making money. The ritual of making money in Nigeria. Do you want to discuss it? Let us start. Anybody that kills people for making money is killing people for money. Whether it's a ritualist, whether it's a banker, is killing people for money. And if to make that money every time he has to kill somebody, that killing of people for money has become ritual killing. It has become ritual killing. You understand what I'm saying? No, ritual is not sacrificing something for something. According to Fred Dasai, I don't know how to say your name. No. Ritual is not sacrificing something for something. No, ritual is the agreed way of doing things, the methodology of doing something, occurring, agreed way of constantly doing. Everybody has a ritual. Some people have before they watch football, they must look at many footballers. Many footballers before they enter the field, they will hop with one leg like this. It's a sign of good luck for them, but it's a ritual that they do before they enter the field. You understand? Rituals are established ways that people believe they must do things. Now, in Nigeria, 99% of the successful people in this country continually have to kill people for them to make money. I will give you a real big example right now that is the most recent. Where is that nation paper of today? Hey! Otishele. You want to know what it means to kill people for money? Do you want to know what it means? This is the Nation newspaper. In page 21. Today they are talking about the blame game over toxic petrol import continues. Brothers and sisters, do you know that the company, the Swiss company, the Belgian company in Switzerland, the Dutch companies that our government people contract to bring fuel, according to Nation is a political newspaper allegedly belonging to Bola Tinubu. You understand? This is an APC paper. I don't know if it's Tinubu's own, but it's definitely APC paper. This is an APC paper. You understand? It says in this paper, this is a government paper basically, saying to us that the petrol they sell to us in Nigeria, the petrol that they import, that our marketers import to us deliberately, so that they can make money, so that it is 300 times, the sulfur content is 300 times the usual sulfur content. That the amount of cancer-causing materials are 20 times more than the EU standard. So, you know, the EU, they have the standard for how much sulfur must be in petrol for it to be, so that's the amount they are allowed to be mixed in the petrol they sell in their country. These people that know that more than this amount will kill you, will cause cancer, will cause disease, they intentionally, they put 300 times more. It's here that they talk about. Read today's page 21. Now, our Standard Organization of Nigeria, Standard Organizations of Nigeria and DPR before, but now they are called NSDPR, NMDPRA. DPR is not called NMDPRA. These petroleum regulatory bodies, right? Let me read to you what happened. Listen. While DPR, now NMDPRA, and SON specifications state that petrol must be clear and bright, whereas the appearance of the controversial petrol was clearly hazy. This petrol we're all suffering, you understand? Them say, the standard say the petrol must be clear and white. The petrol that arrived was hazy. Nobody stopped it. Nobody stopped it. Even though they knew this thing will kill people. It might not kill you today, but it is the beginning of your death. How many gone too soon posters do we see everywhere? How many gone too soon posters do we see? This is why we are seeing those posters. Or rather, this is one of the reasons why we are seeing those posters. Let me continue for you. Specification must state clearly that petrol range must be between 07200 and 07800 ml, whereas the imported petrol product has a density of 07865 g per ml, as in Oja scale. Let me even go to more dangerous chemicals. The controversial petrol oxidation, the imported petrol solvent wash gum content is 6.5 milligram per 100 milliliter, whereas some specifies parameters of 4 milligrams per 100 milliliters. So this is what we are going through here. You understand? This is what we are going through here. People who are killing people as a way of making money, the real ritualists. You don't say pim about them. The real ritualists of this country, ministers of health, instead of building hospitals. Are we live? Am I still live? I'm live there. Good. Minister of health, who is supposed to build hospital, will carry the money of that hospital and chop it. Millions of people will die because that hospital is not there. Our roads, contractors, private contractors, you don't say only politicians wicked. They go take, come and do road. It could take billions of naira, inflate the road, so the whole contract and the project go spoil. It will be uncompleted. The road will be substandard. People will begin die on top of that road. Yet the people that are making it will continue to make money. Yes or no? Yes or no? So what do we mean by ritual killing? What do we mean by ritual killing? If we are truly against ritual killing in this country, the police shoot people to make, because of 20 naira, 50 naira every day. To make money, for the police to make money, they have to shoot innocent Nigerians. They have to take the life of innocent Nigerians, kill them to make money. True or false? Politicians, look at NURTW. How many people have died in this last month in Lagos? In the clashes of NURTW, so that MC Oluomo and his crew can make money. How many people have been to bed? 4 from 3. Abi? I've never seen it. Nobody has seen it. In this day and age of mobile phones everywhere, nobody has seen it. Is that where I'm working? Anyway, I'm back. Let me try. I get plenty. When I know where I say I get plenty network. Plenty network. So in Nigeria, the killing of Nigerian people have always been the ritual of making money. I repeat, the killing of Nigerian people has always been the ritual of making money. I said for the last 2 weeks, yesterday for people say NURTW, they were still fighting themselves, killing themselves, so that MC Oluomo can make money and his crew. How many Nigerians die every week? Should we talk about pharmaceutical companies? I think we should be outraged about people that kill people for money. Look at the Niger Delta. Look at the pollution, the death and destruction that the oil marketers have wreaked on those people in the name of making money. In the name of making money. Look at the damage that has been heaped on our brothers and sisters in the Niger Delta. You people don't see that as ritual killing. You don't see that as ritual killing. It's just killing, and that just killing is okay. So this is what I'm learning from people today. Just killing is okay. Is ritual killing we have something against. Kill as many Nigerians as you want, we are fine. As long as you don't do ritual. Because that ritual for them means that African gods are involved. You see, this is not really an attack on ritual killers. It's our usual attack on the African spiritual system. Because the African spiritual system, now you must use person do money. Now you must go and meet a babalawo. Whereas arms dealers, white men from Europe and America are coming to your country every day to sell weapons to all the bandits and so-called Boko Haram all over this country. With the connivance of your rich, they are collecting their share and distributing arms that are killing people every day. Killing people up and down the place. You don't want to hate Europeans for that. The mining of diamond in Liberia, in the Congo, the killing of African people to make money there daily. They have to kill thousands of people every week in the Congo to mine diamond. That is not ritual killing in your eye. It is nothing to be angry about. All of them go to go wear the diamond chain for neck as a sign of your big manism. That is not killing people, Abi. For money. You're not killing people for money. That's not, it's okay. In fact, none of you want to buy diamond chain and diamond watch. Abi? Listen. Nobody should come and make noise to me about any stupid ritual killing. Because I know. Now, all this, I don't want to insult you now. Because some people among them, are people where I know, we call the talk rubbish on my page. They come and they say, why you go talk like this? I don't know how many of them see my post. They say, Seun, why they talk like this? You'll be encouraging people to go and do ritual. I'll be encouraging people to go and do ritual. Now me, they encourage people to go and do ritual. So are they trying to tell me now that if I post on my page that please stop doing ritual, Nigerians will stop doing it? I've been preaching about MOP, movement of the people. I've been preaching about organizing. I've been preaching about us moving ourselves forward. How many of them have listened? That one has not encouraged anybody to become political. They are the ones still continuing to distract these young people's minds. Suddenly today, I'm attacking their organs. They are coming to tell me I'm encouraging ritual. Who is listening to me that I want to encourage? Is it you? Who? It's so irritating. Ludicrous statements, senseless statements, baseless statements. Am I the one that will encourage somebody with one post to go and do ritual? Do you think it's one post that will make somebody make up their mind to go and do ritual? To kill somebody for money? I repeat it. Una Oga Dangote in truck, they kill people every week in the process of him making money. People are dying. Left, right, and center, like flies, for Dangote goods to move, so that Dangote can make money. Where were you, all of you, then, during these ritual killings? People are dying for, people are killing people for money. That's what you call ritual killing, Abi. People are killing for money. Let's go into it. People killing people in this country for money. Let's go into it. Now my post go make somebody go do ritual. One post. You know where the person don't date for a life before he go decide to go kill person. These same people employ straight up killers. Now, they employ straight up killers. How many political assassinations have we had in this country? Those killings are to secure positions that give access to wealth. So now me won't cost because of one post. Such disingenuous way to dodge what I was really saying, because what I was really saying is what they're all eating from. They are all eating from the death and the destruction of Nigerian people. So when I'm saying stop killing people for money, they don't want to hear that. All they want to hear is stop ritual killing, because they know in your mind ritual killing means that African gods are wicked, African gods are evil, Africans are evil. They are killing people for money. That is what ritual killing means. It means African gods are evil. That's why they are all shouting about it. Hey, ritual killing. Nobody cares about the killing of anybody in this country. Children in the bus stop crushed to death because one man wants to make money. What happened to him? Nothing. It's okay. One person posted on my page, when the poor do it, it's ritual. But when the rich people do it, it is investment opportunity. In the clearing of all these neighborhoods, the last one I followed, Otomagbe, where big men want to go and build estates in this Lagos, the clearing and the moving of people, the displacement of people in Lagos, how many people die so that one rich man can go and build one estate when they go and forcibly move people out of their homes? How many people did they kill, injure? In fact, displacing people from their homes. Displacing people from their homes. You have killed that person already. Or nobody you kill. You have killed the person's spirit. You go and you displace people, you kill them. You use bulldozer and police and army to pursue them from their area. You build your house, you start selling it out to people, making money on the blood of human beings. Nobody will come outside. In fact, all of them will come and do endorsements and be asking people to come and buy property in the estates. New Homes Estate, the best estate. This is a disclaimer. I don't know if there's New Homes Estate. When you go there, say I'm going to cast people unnecessarily. I don't know if there's New Homes Estate. I'm just using it as example of how all of you kill people just to make money. How many people tell me the industry in Nigeria that does not come Is it the Nigerian banks? If I tell you how many people I know when Nigerian bank don't give heart attack when they die, stroke, stress. What are we saying here? But now all of a sudden today I don't everybody talking rubbish. I say I always trying to jump on the neck of Nigerian youths. Not be because they won't open toll gates. They kill how many people for toll gate for protesting? Anyway, my point today is nobody can't tell me rubbish about any kind of stupid ritual killing. I don't believe in ritual killing. I believe that people kill people for money. I don't believe ritual killing. But there are people in this country that are killing people for money. There are people in this country that are killing people to make money. And that's what we must stop. We must rise against people killing people for money. Don't tell me about ritual killing because you don't have evidence of it. The one we have evidence for, let's face it, how many times tanker don't fall for ground with petrol inside, explode for road, kill people because one person won't go sell for it to make money? How many times has that happened in this country? Trying to go in the kind of substandard trucks full on with petrol truck go, driver don't tire, underpaid and overworked driver, he don't tire. Content will go, petrol go pop for road, people go fire everywhere, kill people in the name of making money. Building collapsing on people's heads. Buildings collapsing on people's heads in this Lagos because somebody wants to make money. What do you say? Do you say anything about that? Collapsing on people's heads. Yesterday, I mean the first day, another 4-story building collapsed for Yaba. 5 people now don't die inside that one. Yeah. All in the name of making money. So I put it to you again. We must decide, what are we doing? We are going to stop people from killing people to make money. Let's start that. Importers and exporters carrying their container will fall on top of somebody's head. Igboba. Life goes on. Is it our ministers that want to go to now? Minister of Health. How many people does the Nigerian Minister of Health kill every day? Due to negligence and embezzlement. Negligence and embezzlement of funds. How many people does the Nigerian Minister of Health kill in a day to stuff his pocket with cash? Because every hospital that is not built, if a hospital is even too much, every syringe money that is lost, when no syringe for hospital, for poor people, for anybody, we no fit afford them. Any medicine that is short, all the people that die due to the shortages and the lack of equipment that have been budgeted for and stolen. What do we say about that? That's not ritual killing. That's not ritual killing, because it is ritual, as I said, when it's the agreed way of doing something. The established way. Which other way do they make money in this country? I don't want to go into the alcohol business. I don't want to go into the alcohol business. It's not as if alcohol people, I don't see my, do you see my face on any billboard? Do you see my face in any show? No, I don't have business with them. But can you count the amount of people that have died in this Nigeria in 2021? This year, look, in fact, 2022 is 2 months old. Let's go and see how many people have died from drunk driving. Let's go and see how many people have died from liver sclerosis. Let's go and see how many people have died from kidney failure or going through kidney failure right now as we speak due to drinking alcohol. But people must make money. So Africans are dying because some people are selling alcohol. Now, the people that are supposed to stop you from drink driving, the police, they too, somebody don't steal their salary. They don't fit do their work well. You see how all these debts play into each other? Police cannot enforce drink driving rule because even the policeman, the money we're supposed to take, they do himself. Somebody else don't steal them. So you know if you do his job, so people are left to die because there's no security. People are left to die because nobody can enforce laws. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. So I'm sorry if it's because one person, this of all of you now want to wake up. Let's not discuss that. Don't tell me about ritual killing. Don't put ritual killing. Let us all agree. So I'm telling you, during NSAS. See, that's what I'm telling you during NSAS. I said to the people, I said, my people, more no follow these people. More not forget NSAS as slogan. Let's use end oppression. Let's use we not do again. Let's use back. They say, hey, Seun no tea, they talk. After all the life we have lost and all the energy we spent, SARS is still worse. SARS is now worse than 2020. SARS is now worse than 2020. I said to people, I said, we must go to let's tackle the roots. SARS is a symptom. Let's tackle the roots. Nobody here. And so they carry on again. They say, panel will give us justice. I say, when they burn Fela house, Mona go here on no soldier. I tell them, I say, Fela say, government bring instruments of magic, then bring inquiry. I repeat, government bring instruments of magic, then bring inquiry. So we Nigerians, if to say we get sense or they listen to Fela or we love Fela as we say we do, as soon as government say inquiry, we go just peep game straight. We go surgery, we go see up. So we say never. We not do inquiry with you now. Now inquiry, I take cheat Fela say for 1977. Now all of our favorites, they quote law for you now. The inquiry, it will have youth panel, it will have youth representative, it will be transparent. Bobo. At the end of the day, the government by themselves will put the Oyibolo Shepesu Roshi Riza. The government by itself will bring the panel, they say the panel is rubbish. I hate to be right, but in situations like this, you know, we must learn some lessons. You know, as they say, is either lessons or blessings. That's what is happening in your life. You are either receiving lessons or you are receiving blessings. So we must learn our lesson. And we as Nigeria, we want to learn it hard. The ancestors will give us hard, but we not go learn. We not go learn. Una go learn with me one by one, whether I like them or not. So now, instead of starting again, stop ritual killing. Hashtag ritual killing must stop. Hashtag stop that rubbish. The hashtag is stop killing people for money. The hashtag we want to see is stop killing people for money. How many people can support that hashtag with their full chest? How many people, how many of your favorites can come out and support it with their full chest? When in many of our music gone, killing people for money is promoted. In all the music you hear, killing people for money is a good thing. If you follow African music today, if you follow hip-hop music, if you follow black music all over the world, if you follow black music all over the world, today, killing people for money is praised. Sell drugs, they can talk, shoot, steal money, I'm robbery, I'm a this, I'm a that. Killing people for money is what you all do already. You are proud of it. You say it in your music. You dance to it in the club. selling drugs to people that are killing people. You sing about it, you do anything you like. But then you now come and say stop ritual killing. Is that because you know that ritual killing is the African thing, Abi? You want to make it African. You want to make the killing African. But your own killings, that is 10 times more than this so-called ritual killing that doesn't exist. Ritual killing doesn't exist. This so-called, your own killing is more than the so-called ritual killing that doesn't exist. You don't understand what I'm saying to you? So you now want to come out and be shouting, ritual killing, ritual killing. It's a lie. We're not buying it again. Stop killing people for money. Stop killing people for money. Stop destroying lives for money. Stop stealing people's destinies, people's future. Stop killing people for money. Case closed. Anybody we see partaking, we should sanction them. We should alienate them. We should stigmatize them. We should prosecute and persecute. But no, it's one small boy from Oshogbo where they just give on the head. You just Mugu, the fall guy, to give you people the news that you like to hear. The sensational news. One person, I say it irritate me. One person come my page today, tell me say, somebody who we know, where I know where. They tell me say, my message will encourage. Such a disingenuous, ludicrous, stupid thing to say. Message encourage somebody. The music where they promote never encourage anything. Na Seun post. These people are the ones promoting this music, killing us. So this death music, death music that worships death, while pretending to love life. I never seen that kind of thing before. This music worships death while pretending to love life. Basically, this music mentality that we can do anything for money. That anything you do for money is okay. That anything you say for money is fine. Any behavior you behave, as long as you are getting the bag, is fine. Kill people, maim people, sell drugs, abuse them, destroy humanity is fine so far you are collecting money. It's this same kind of people that now come to tell me that my one post is encouraging people. You know about this? I don't have to call them out. Why you say call them out? I don't have to call them out. Oh, you are able to recognize you. You are one of them. Feki, Lala, whatever you call yourself. You are one of them. I recognize your handle. They are not coming here to say call them out. You, Feki, Lala, you are one of them. I've called you out. You can go to my page. You can see I put their posts there. I didn't delete it. Go and read their posts. Dumbasses. Stop killing people for money. That's what we want. We don't want to go after just ritual killers. Want to go against all those that are killing us for money. All of them together. So before anybody comes to my page to tell me that my post is encouraging ritual killing, I also want to say, me, gone, I want to do ritual killing. Me, Seun, I want to do. If you know somebody that knows, okay, wait, let me start again. There are two offers I have today. If you are a ritualist, or if you're a ritualist, you don't need my $10,000. Your money is already falling from heaven. It's already falling from people's mouths. You don't need my money. But if you are not a ritualist, but you know a ritualist, and you can introduce me to, for me to just see with my eye this money falling, because I'll be 40 years old next year. Let me repeat, I will be 40 years old next year. My father was the chief priest of the African shrine. Not be Christian and Muslim like now. Babalawo. You see my mama My mama, before she died, nobody liked juju like my mama. Ah! Nobody liked juju like Fentola. Eh? From the age of 12. Now you know they see when I small, before I got to say 12, before I even get any sense, all my body when I small like this, full of berry. I don't believe say after they grow, all this berry mark go disappear. Now I tell you, don't say I get fucking great skin. I was thinking I would carry all these things till the day I die, but growing up, now only like 2 for my hand here at the sea, because I had all around my hand like this, all around, all my hair. And as I did, I know they sick. I know they sick. Nowhere my mama no carry me waka enter. By the age of 16, hear me oh, by the age of 16, I don't be babalawo. Full babalawo. Where I don't tell far, I don't carry my far. At the age of 16, and now I am 39, I'll be 40. My grandfather from my mother's side, Babalabara, before he come turn to, even as he turned to elder for church, in Lolabe, eh? And never for once. Ramesses, you won't catch me. Ramesses, you don't call, you say, you get corona, but you don't bring me down. Now me take my mouth, tell him I say I get koro. You won't, I say, but you get koro now. You don't bring me down. I'm not sick. Go boba lule. You don't understand. I don't even sneeze once at you. Now test I do test. They say you have corona. Now Oyibo tell me say I get corona. I don't know say I get corona. If not be the test, I will not go about my business. You understand me? So please don't fall for this okie doke going on in our country today. It is the same thing, the same style, where these influencers, media people, pastors, all of them hate Africa. All these influencers, all these media people, all these pastors, they hate Africa, die. Give any of them anything, they want to move to Europe, they want to move to America. That's where they have fun, that's their life. They want to behave like Americans, behave like Europeans, but they want to call themselves Africans, to take from Africa. It's only when they want to take from Africa that they remember that they are Africans. You should be aware of such Africans that can only be African to take. They will dress like Africans when they want to go and collect money on Africa's name. But their religion, their way of thinking, the foods they like, the places they go, the style of their dressing, everything is European. It's only when it's time to take from Africans, they remember to be African. So if these people suddenly together, they will gang go rich. That's what when they say they two boys kill one pikin for school. Oh, they say you have to kill those boys. You have to. When the boys were just trying to be cultists like them. In Nigeria, if you are working in any office in Nigeria and you are a good man, do you know why I knew that cult thing was nonsense? They will gang up against you. That's the word, though. Gang up. They will gang up. You understand? If you try to do it, they will gang up against you. Why is it easy for them to gang up if they are not all cultists? Because they are all already inside. You know, so anyway, I said that this one was going to be a quick chat. But quick chat down long, small. But we have to make the point I wanted to make. We, as African people, we care about the killing of African people for money. Not one style of killing. You understand? Whether in a ritual killing, whether in a political killing. Stop killing people for money. In fact, stop killing people, period. I repeat, in fact, stop killing people, period. Period. So, maybe, not tonight. I get some things to do. But tomorrow, no, tonight I'll do another live where we'll now redo yesterday's live. How to lose everything. I'll try and remember the points I made. Excuse me, and then we can move forward. Africa.
It's a beautiful Friday morning. Welcome to the Midday Show and welcome to your favorite show, The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, your #1 luxury homeware store. And remember, Adam and Eve has a lot of exciting things in store for you this Valentine's season. So at least you have some activity, some form of activity, so that your Valentine's Day isn't boring, isn't the regular, everyday, yearly Valentine's Day, because Adam and Eve always has you in mind. My name is Ifunaya, and as always, my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti, is in the studio looking fly.
Yes,
Seun,
Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach. And in case you want to go,
but it's Friday though, you know.
You know, I'm trying. Sunday beach vibes.
Okay, so it can be any day.
But that's the vibe.
That's just the vibe.
You don't understand? Just relax in the middle of stress and using relaxation to hide stress. You know.
But what's stressing you out though?
If I've not worked in like 2 years and 2 months now. You know that, right?
But Seun, you've worked now, didn't you?
Where's the work?
Didn't you go to like South Africa?
One show in 2 years.
That's wait now, Seun. That's work.
Mean I'm doing 90 shows a year.
Wow, 90 shows a year.
You're telling me about one show in 2 years.
Wow. Sorry, don't be angry.
Whatever is going on in this world, all of you stop it. All of you stop it. It's stressing me out.
Pele. So that's what's stressing you out.
Yes.
But don't worry.
No, but yeah, we are done with that. But I'm just the issue now is how to jump back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get the ball rolling.
Yes, I'm used to my relaxed life.
Relaxation. All right, guys, welcome to today's edition of The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve. A few stories that we're going to be sharing with you today, starting off with one top story over the week that broke, and this is about the former governor of Imo State, Senator Rocha Sokorocha. He officially declared to contest for the presidency in 2023, and as you know, he currently represents the Imo West Senatorial District in the 9th Senate. And whilst he was declaring his intentions to run for this office of president at the International Conference Center in Abuja on Monday, he, said a few things, particularly touching on uniting Nigerians across ethnic and religious divides. And he's saying that it would be his paramount goal. And it's quite interesting that, whilst this was being said, a couple of hours later, of course, the fact that he declared his intentions for running for presidency, that already made the news. But what blew up that conversation was the EFCC coming out a few hours after to allege that it was to somewhat give information to the people that they've opened up a file against him for embezzlement. And
talk the amount. If you talk the amount, you talk the amount.
2.9 billion.
Busy.
So 2.9 billion naira.
Jojo.
So they've opened
now
up this.
Exactly now be that. I mean, everybody will get 2.9 billion. When they use again? Please call in on the show.
So it's quite interesting that this came out hours after. The Rocha Sokorocha has responded, saying that the FCC is coming after him, and also alleging that it is actually Hope Uzodimma that is behind the alleged 2.9 billion naira fraud allegations by the EFCC. Now, what really has gotten people talking is, on one hand, people are conflicted somewhat because, of course, corruption is something that is rife in society, and this is one of the banes and one of the causes of the issues that we are facing as Nigerians. It's multifactorial, but corruption is a major part of it. And remember that this particular presidency had said from the very beginning that they're coming in to fight corruption, something that we've seen that has been lacking, because there are so many opportunities that people believed that this particular government could have fought corruption, but it just seemed as season. So listen up as we say goodbye. This beautiful Friday morning, welcome to the Midday Show and welcome to your favorite show, The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, your #1 luxury homeware store. And remember, Adam and Eve has a lot of exciting things in store for you this Valentine's season, so at least you have some activity, some form of activity, so that your Valentine's Day isn't boring, isn't the regular, everyday, yearly Valentine's Day, because Adam and Eve always has you in mind. My name is Ifunaya, and as always, my unequivocal co-host, Seun Kuti, is in the studio looking fly.
Yes,
Seun,
Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach vibe. Sunday beach. And in case you want to go,
but it's Friday though, you know.
You know, I'm trying. Sunday beach vibes.
Okay, so it can be any day.
But that's the vibe.
That's just the vibe.
You don't understand? Just relax in the middle of stress and using relaxation to hide stress. You know.
But what's stressing you out though?
If I've not worked in like 2 years and 2 months now. You know that, right?
But Seun, you've worked now.
Where's the work?
Didn't you go to like South Africa?
One show in 2 years.
That's wait now, Seun. That's work.
Meaning I'm doing 90 shows a year.
Wow, 90 shows a year.
They are telling me about one show in 2 years.
Wow. Sorry, don't be angry.
Whatever is going on in this world, all of you stop it. All of you stop it. It's stressing me out.
So that's what's stressing you out.
Yes.
But don't worry.
No, but yeah, we are done with that. But I'm just the issue now is how to jump back on the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get the ball rolling.
Yes, I'm used to my relaxed life.
Realization. All right, guys, welcome to today's edition of The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve. A few stories that we're going to be sharing with you today, starting off with one top story over the week that broke, and this is about the former governor of Imo State, Senator Rocha Sokorocha. He officially declared to contest for the presidency in 2023. And as you know, he currently represents the Imo West Senatorial District in the 9th Senate. And whilst he was declaring his intentions to run for this office of president.
Because he say it remains small, make it complete. So they say me for me, I never have any I don't lose any sleep if any politician in Nigeria is given any case, whether it's guilty or innocent. I repeat, I don't lose sleep if any Nigerian politician is going through it, whether he is guilty or innocent. Because as I'm sitting down here right now, there are hundreds of thousands of Nigerians who have done nothing but leave their house, just go somewhere, picked up by the police, they're in Kirikiri, and waiting trial. For what they don't know about hundreds of thousands of innocent Nigerians in police cells.
Just to touch on that a little bit, because a couple of days back I spoke about, taking a look at some research that was done and actual statistics released about our prison system, which is just very disheartening, saying 7 out of 10 people that are in prison are still awaiting trial.
AWT, awaiting trial.
7 out of 10.
Listen, many people in jail in Nigeria just go in the court. They will advise you to just feel guilty, whether you've even done it or not.
That's
and take
terrible.
the time they will give you, because you are sure of coming out in 18 months as a first offender, than saying not guilty and then the judge, remand to Kirikiri, adjourn the case.
Oh my
The prosecutor will never come back to court to call your case. If you don't have money, that you have a lawyer, the public defender will never check on you. Nobody cares. People they've been awaiting trial 5 years.
And the years they've stayed in jail is so much more than what they would have gotten if at all they were guilty for that crime.
So when one politician that they will now go and put in one comfortable cell he's complaining after he has actually done something. Even what they are catching him for, you know what he has really done? He has actually done something else. We are all from Nigeria. You have not delivered, and you've collected money, and you've not. We all know you don't deliver. You know, you are not like the postman. You are not delivering. You know, the Nigerian Postal Service. You know, anyway, they are getting better. Honestly, somebody sent me something and it came. I was surprised. I won't lie.
How long did it take to come?
It took a while. But it came. It came.
Yeah.
You know. So for me, I don't really. These things for me, well, you know, it's your turn to dance. So dance.
Okay, so what about Nigerians?
You can afford lawyer.
What about Nigerians saying that the EFCC is picking and choosing and it seems like a witch hunt? So in as much as the Nigerians are clapping and saying, yes, so finally, at least you're, bringing down the big guns on one of the politicians in times past who they've accused severally of fraud or just not coming through as a public officer or a governor. However, people are then comparing it to the bullion van issue, saying that ever since that happened, nothing has been done and it's not been looked into. So people are conflicted, like I mentioned. So what are your thoughts about them saying, yes, you're doing your job, but why are you picking and choosing? Yeah. And what about the bullion van?
I think APC came into power. You have to remember Jonathan's era where nobody at all was prosecuted for anything. Mm-hmm. So I think APC came into power to use the fact that, at least we are their own defense, at least.
Interesting.
But my own issue, my own part of that would be to tell Nigerian people that we must understand that there's a clear divide between we, the people, and our politicians and our elite. We cannot suddenly start using their own pain. You know, it is not our business what is going on with them. What is witch hunting? How can you witch hunt a billionaire? He has money to get the best lawyers. You cannot see if Rochas is not guilty, nothing can happen to him. If he has no case to answer, not because all the he will get six son who sit down and defend this case up to the Supreme Court. Can you afford that? Can't you think of your own issue? The public defender's office is weak. There are no lawyers to defend the people in these offices. But we'll be here saying that they are witch hunting a billionaire. How can you witch hunt a billionaire? It is we the people that are going through a witch hunt by the powerful people of this country. Witch hunting in our pockets, taking all our money. Now they want to increase fuel. They've increased light. They've increased water. There's nothing they don't increase. We are not talking that is witch hunt. It is when a rich man is going through problem. We say somebody, how can you if he's innocent, Rochas or Okorocha can afford his defense. He can afford his defense. Except they are doing him the dasuki, and I don't think they are giving him the dasuki. If anybody is going through witch hunt in Nigeria right now, it's dasuki. Let's be honest. Almost 6 courts has released him. the government like say no year. So for me that is what is important. I mean, I don't lose any sleep. These people had the power to make Nigeria more just, to make Nigeria a country where laws are more respected. But all of them, when they were in power and had the opportunity, they used the same apparatus the way it's being used today against them. So they are failing. I mean, you had the chance to make Nigeria better. I keep saying this.
Yeah.
If you have the chance to make Nigeria better, it is impossible for me to now suddenly be feeling bad for you when your mistakes. And this is not even a mistake that is between you and your family or friends. In national, you guys are mortgaging the nation. Then something small now happens to you. You want me to start crying? You know how many children in Imo State were left uneducated while he was there?
Now, speaking about education, we're going to be segueing into our next topic for today. But before that, if you are listening, please feel free to join the conversation touching on the former governor of Imo State, Senator Rochas Okorocha, coming out and declaring his intent to run for presidency in 2023. However, hours after the EFCC have brought charges against him, and this is a 2.9 billion naira fraud allegation against him. So what are your thoughts about this? And just taking a look at the line of conversation being had by Nigerians out there saying that the EFCC is picking and choosing who they go after. Do you believe this in the case of Rochas Okorocha, that they chose to go after him because he dared to, declare to run for presidency. What are your thoughts? Lagos Talks, good morning. Good morning, Lagos Talks. What's your name?
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, ma.
What's your name?
My name is...
Lagos Talks, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning, Bola from the Kuti.
All right, quickly, let's hear you.
Thank you, my brother. Seun, báwo ni o?
mo wà pa ẹ káàárọ̀ àbí.
Ṣé ẹ kú àṣeyìndí bàbá.
ẹ ṣe.
Let me go for that. Now, this man went to president and said that president to stop the AFCC. You see, look, all politicians, they are the same thing. Let me be honest with you. Now you have allegation around your neck. You run to president to do what? So, okay, if they hang allegation on top of the president, who will you run to? Are we, look, you said something. And somebody has said it that we don't believe that all our institutions, they are not working. And this thing has been on these politicians. And my fear is that because the Africa continue to witness a coup, pretty cool. If this trend will not change, because people are defeated. There's an allegation on you. You run to president to do what? I don't know. Look at what happened in Africa now. Many people are taken over by military. What happened? Nothing. So I think president need to be very careful. They need to be very careful because you cannot be shooting me and be telling me that they shoot you. And nothing I will do. It's getting with too much.
All right. Lagos Talks, good morning. 0809-234-5913. 0809-222-0913. 01515-0913. 01515-1913. Lagos Talks, good morning. Who's speaking, please?
If you are
Very well, thank you.
Seun, how are you doing?
I did. My brother,
My brother, wait.
Before you tell us your name, wait. My brother, wait. Before you tell us your name, wait. Why you use that kind of voice? Talk say, Ify, how are you? Can't say, Seun, how you doing?
Yes, Ambassador.
If you believe Seun no show for 2 years, me I not believe you. Now you bobo Seun, I swear I won't believe you. I will never believe you. I'm of yellow. If you are doing.
Very well, Ambassador. Thank
Ambassador
you.
Musa from Michi.
All right, let's hear you.
So right now,
I dey hear you talk. Now you call show. Now nobody go talk.
if you are not sure of note, Seun talk something that touched my mind.
Okay.
And I almost wept where I am right now. Many Nigerians are language in Kirikiri right now. Nobody, people talk about them. Even lawyers who I say they are for the people, human rights lawyers. Most of them never look into that direction or do something. As you have a lawyer in Nigeria, thousands of them. If they gather themselves together to do some Nigerian constitution, or they do something about this people, innocent in Kirikiri right now. Language for 5-10 years. I think that is a food for thought, is a way, something that, what is it, you touch Nigerians, because it could be anybody, anytime, any day. Honestly speaking, that is that. Or Russia, look, Russia has know what it's doing. You know that CFCC were on the street watching, and he quickly declared. So you can say, people can pity him that, because he declared. It's a lie. Let him and the governor, he supposed to go and sell what they have. If the rules of man go and sort themselves out, he has a lot of questions to answer on Anambra and on Imo. Please, I bet the second base.
Thank you, my brother. No, I don't like when Nigerians start. You don't. Rochas does not need your help. He doesn't. He's sitting on loot, mad loot. Let him fix his issues. I understand if we are trying to help the poor, the helpless, the emerging, the oppressed, but not the people that are the ones just because his party is not. Let me tell you something. Democracy as it is in the world today, for me, is pure fascism. Because it is one group of society dominating the rest forever. I always tell people, they make you feel as if democracy, you have a choice. But democracy is just in every country, even America, England, any country you go, is all the rich people in the country. They will pack themselves, form two party always. Some will say they are liberal, the other will say they are conservative.
Conservative.
These rich people will be in these two parties and exchanging themselves forever and ever and say we have democracy. You will never find a workers' movement or a people's party being allowed to emerge. Even though these countries are if you look at American politics, you think it's a two-party state. But American democracy is multi-party.
And that's interesting.
They have Green Party, they have Libertarian, but you never hear of them. Never hear. You understand? And it is the same in Nigeria. APC, PDP is what everybody is shouting. Instead of us to look at how we can build our own people's party that will represent us and represent our interest, the rich will always and only represent the interest of the rich. I'm telling you. So, I mean, until you are ready to take care of yourself, that's why you are shouting at Rochas. So, what is your business? When Rochas was with power and in governor, how did he assist your life? You know? And this is the problem I have with Nigerian professionals. Because we're the ones that have access to these powerful people. And some of the time, they now help us. You know one governor, he buy you car, or he dash you 20 million, or he build you house. Suddenly you go around saying, the governor is a good man. He's a good man. Because he was good to you. Are you everybody? You are not everybody. So if it was good to you, how does that make him a good man? So you are suddenly everybody.
You can also send your take, your opinions, your perspective via our WhatsApp line 0809-234-5913. Also send tweets at Lagos Talks 913 using the hashtag The People's Perspective. What are your thoughts? Join the conversation. Lagos Talks, a good morning. Who's speaking, please?
Good morning. Is this Lagos Talk?
It is. Welcome. Join the conversation.
It is quite interesting listening to your conversation about this Okorocha and co. All these things are abracadabra. Sure, I don't understand. Hello?
Carry on. We're listening.
This is abracadabra. The more you look, the less you see. Has anybody talk about hunger in the land? I'm asking you. The people that are dying in Lagos, has anybody talked about it? 10 SARS, they don't throw them for one corner. We are talking about the Okorocha. Okorocha that is well fed. Give me something else to talk about. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 0809-234-5913. That is our WhatsApp line. Lagos Talks, good morning. What's your name?
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Yeah, this is Christopher calling from Aja.
All right, let's hear you.
Yes. Ogashu. Good morning, sir. I hear you, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. With the only thing I want to come out to say, now the Rocha Okorocha, you say it's not witch hunting. The reason why I would disagree with you that it's witch hunting.
Tell me, are you witch hunting rich man?
Okay.
Teach me. I want to live. I have some rich people I want to witch hunt.
Okay. It's be by picking. It's be by picking. What that means is be by picking. This man, Osade Izeyamu, who was being accused during the governorship election in Edo State, that yes, about 600 and something billion naira water corporation that was being given to him, something like that he did not use it well. At the end of the day, what happened? When he became to APC, what happened? Even the president was celebrating him, which was the president who handled the flag, the party flag to him and say, yes, you are the good candidate for Edo State. So what are we going to say? Okay, look at the FKK now. Bankrodi, Mr. Bankrodi, who is Bankrodi you? What happened? After all done and dusted what he has said about Buhari, at the end of the day, what happened with the aberration money that was raised up? They took him to the president and said, yes, this is your son, forgive him. At the end of the day. So this is it's just all about politics and witch hunting.
No. It's about politics. So we all know in Nigeria that politics in Nigeria is favoritism, nepotism. It's not about merit. It's not about what is just or appropriate. We all know this. When PDP was ruling too, this was the same favoritism that ruled the country. So what you are saying is that they are doing what they normally do. I'm saying to you to explain to me why it is witch hunting to go after a rich man that has actually done something. You know, if he was innocent, some innocent man that never did anything, was on his own, did not play the game, did not have any case against him, and then they now decide to go and pick this innocent man and frame him, and I'll say, okay, witch hunting. But Rochas has a case to answer. Let him face his case. It's EFCC that brought case on him. You know, this is an institution that is, and if the case is false, Rochas also has the capacity to sue EFCC. Right?
All right, he does indeed.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't understand the witch hunting part. That's what I don't understand. That they are going after him because he's not there. Yes.
So maybe it's more of a thing of semantics, because
vendetta.
You know,
If it's vendetta.
So he believes your description of that's just plain old Nigerian politics. But to him, his own description is he's been witch hunted. I think it's more of like semantics. See, I feel he is on the same page, but we're saying it's just the typical Nigerian politics that has always been in existence in Nigeria.
But I feel he should have said they have a vendetta
against him.
Because to say it is witch hunting means he's innocent and they are going after him.
Now there you go.
Because that's what witch hunting connotes. There are no such thing as witches. So when you label a person a witch and then go after them because you are pinning something on them to go after them for. You understand?
All right, it's 11:36. We're going to be taking a very quick break to hear from our sponsors, Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 luxury homeware store. And they deal in all things dining, outdoor, leather, kitchen, electricals, bed and bath, living. If you just visit their website, you would see a potpourri of everything that you can find when you visit the Adam and Eve store that is located at number 8. Isaac John Street, Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. So let's take a listen.
You should also visit the store. Visit the store. Trust me.
That's Seun's opinion. Okay? All right, let's listen to Adam and Eve. Like we said, they have something in store for you for this Valentine's Day, which is super exciting. So stick around.
On Lagos Talks 91.3.
All right, welcome back. It's 11:40. This is The People's Perspective, brought to you by Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 luxury homeware store. My name is Ifunaya. I'm here with Seun Kuti. We're taking you through some of the top stories this week. Speaking about top stories, let's move on to the next story. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently promised to grant scholarships to 2 girls found running errands during school hours. In a Twitter thread on Thursday, that's just yesterday, Jibril Gawat, who's a senior special assistant to the governor, said that the governor was on his way to an event when he stopped his convoy to speak to the girls. Now, Gawat said the girls, whose names are Suwebat Husseini and Amarachi Chinedu, were on their way to deliver buckets of peeled beans and pepper to a vendor. Now, he said, he delayed
that party.
He said, and I quote,
that akara has been delayed.
Governor Jide Sanwo-Olu, on his way to an official function today, momentarily halted his convoy to attend to a disturbing situation. It was a sight of 2 underage girls on an errand for a bean cake vendor during school hours. Time was 11 a.m. The girls were expected to be in school, but both Amarachi Chinedu, who's 9, and Suwebat Hussein, who's 12, were forced to skip school by their parents in order to serve some domestic assistance. The girls were going to deliver buckets of peeled beans and pepper to a grinder when the governor sighted them at Anthony Village, and it was a glance that presented a discomforting image to Mr. Governor, who revved his convoy to stop to find out the reason the girls were not in school. Amarachi's story made the governor shudder throughout the encounter. Her mother is a teacher, but was not allowed to go to school because her parents could not afford the current session's tuition. Amarachi would have to miss a school year because of this reason. Suwebat's mother is the bean cake seller for whom the girls were running an errand, and her parents, who are Jigawa State indigenes, relocated to Lagos months back, and Suwebat's 4 male siblings were all in school at the time she was stopped on the road by the governor. But her parents preferred she stayed back home to help with some domestic chores. The decisions taken by girls' parents, the governor said, could rob the little ones of their innocence, their future, and put them at a disadvantage amongst their peers. And the governor stressed that his encounter with the girls left his heart bleeding. Coincidentally, the governor was on his way to formally launch the Social Welfare Integrated Program, SWIP initiative, a partnership between government agencies and the private sector to standardize welfare administration for the vulnerable children, elders, and those suffering mental disorders. When he saw the two girls roaming at school hours, salvaging the situation, Sanwo-Olu at the scene told the girls that he will personally take up the responsibility for their education and upbringing, promising to enroll them in school to continue their education. Now, Seun, this, of course, listening to this story, it's very touching and it's very heartfelt. But Nigerians, particularly Lagosians, seeing this story, one thing that resonates is there are thousands, if not millions, of Amarachis and Suebats in Lagos who cannot afford to go to school because they have to help their parents out so that they would be able to at least get some money to feed. We know that this is something that has been in existence for a while. It's a very debatable area because it's like we then have to be juxtaposing, is this child labor versus is this a family just trying to survive given the current state, the poor economic state, especially in Lagos. And with the governor doing something so heartfelt, but to Nigerians, it left a very sour taste in their mouths. So what are your thoughts about this, especially right now that during the week I broke a story about some boys in Edo State who were found roaming the streets, and then they knocked at someone's door saying that they came there to come and learn how to hustle. And when the person probed them further, the person now found out that they thought that that was a place where they could learn how to do yahoo, right? And we started talking about the moral decadence and talking about the children that we are raising, the crop of children that we're raising today, who are supposed to be leaders for tomorrow. So let's just touch on all of this, starting with the governor, seeing these two girls, stopping his convoy and saying he's going to, pay for their scholarship to go to school.
Well, let me give you a scenario, right? So if you watch any Nollywood film in Nigeria, right, it is the storyline that you are suffering in your life. It is either your village people doing it, and then one day as Jesus Christ will break the yoke, the Jesus people, one big man will just pull up and say, young man, young lady, come here. I just saw you you need a job. So it is the savior mentality. You have to understand
Very
that
true.
The elite in Nigeria want us to believe in their power to choose us for success.
Wow. That's
You have to understand that is one of the very strong weapons that the elite in Nigeria have, that they used to control the minds of the Nigerian professionals. That's why we all continue to allow this system, because it is a lottery. And we all feel special that I can win this lottery. One day, one governor, one billionaire, one rich man will see me and give me a contract, see me and pull me close, send me errands to make me rich.
Yes.
Because everybody's an errand boy. Go and build house. Go and do this contract. Go and sign that paper. Go and do this project. It's errands. In Africa, success is given. You understand? Success is given. Nobody is only very few people are truly, really making something of themselves. There's a paternalistic approach, to how people are made successful here. I mean, you hear the success story of most people, it is all about somebody's largesse. It's all about somebody's largesse. It has never really been about how hard or how talented people are. That's why if you look at the richest people in Nigeria, they are quite talentless. It's true. I mean, I always say to people,
I don't think I expected that.
Listen,
but
I say to people, without Bill Gates, there's no Microsoft. You can see what he has added to his country. Like this thing that, if that's talent. So that's why it's like, is it that without any of our rich people, nobody will sell us cement? There'll be nobody to sell you fuel.
Interesting, okay.
There'll be nobody to use exorbitant prices to deliver cheap contracts, or inflate contracts. I mean, you won't have these people. I mean, you don't need talent for this. You have oil well today, tomorrow you're a billionaire. I mean, there's no talent in that. And especially when you're not even running the company in a way that it is competing with the rest of the world.
Indeed.
That you're just a local champion
Exploiting your
own people. You understand? So they want us to believe in that. And that's why you go to church and you hear these prayers, divine this, give me my own. Everybody is praying for this miracle, and the miracle of God in the economic way and in terms of getting comfort in this world is delivered through the rich people of the country. So you get a contract, that is your miracle has happened. You get this job working for them, your miracle has happened. So they all work towards. The other day, Obi Kubana too. One guy gave one guy money. The boss, Obi Kubana too, immediately invited him. So some guy gave a prisoner money. This guy is a hawker. I don't want to say it's staged, seriously, but it seems staged to me. So this hawker gave a prisoner that was being transferred. They were transferring a bunch of criminals inside the Black Maria. Then he dashed the guy money, or give him water to drink or something funny, And then Obi Kubana too invites this hawker to his house and decides to bless him, and he's made. Everybody has to believe. One day, one of them will just see us online or see us doing something and pick us for success. Whether the person in the Black Maria kill 10 people, and then you are happy. It doesn't matter. But he helped this prisoner, this big man to help him, and this is what we have to believe in, not in institutionalized development.
Yes.
Not that our state can be made in such a way that without knowing anybody,
yes,
without having the goodwill of any human being, based on your hard work and your talent, you can access success.
Indeed.
You understand? They don't want that. They want to be in control. So this is playing
because
into that
they're
feeling.
Weaponizing that.
Exactly. So now he's a good man. Everybody's continuing thinking, wanting to, forgetting that this person is the one in charge of education in the state.
Indeed. That's one thing that got me laughing in my mind.
This man is the one in charge of education in the state. The snap of his finger, he can declare state of emergency on child education in Nigeria. Lagos State, and Lagos. Insist that it's even criminal, make it criminal for, and enforce the law, not just because they do it all the time. Like, you remember the homosexual law that they used to do election. Homosexual in jail for 14 years. They are all over the internet running things. Nobody's being arrested. No enforcement whatsoever. So it's not enough. They say, we've banned it. Enforce it. Let's see it being enforced. Ban child labor. Enforce the law. Lock up parents that use their children to make money.
Yeah.
Because for me, it is one of the worst kind of parenting.
Indeed.
I don't give beggars money. Me, I'm not part of you people that believe in the rich saviors. All you rich saviors that you are the ones working in the banks, laundering money in the oil companies, spoiling the country, working in construction, inflating contracts. You now go and give beggar 500 naira because you're a good person. One day you see them on the streets.
But Seun, don't you also believe in community?
I believe in community, but I don't believe in handouts. Right? So that beggar is a citizen of Nigeria.
Yeah.
I am not going to bail out the government.
Okay.
Who can afford to take care of their citizens, but instead choose to use the money for their own personal benefit.
Wasn't that like a catch-22?
Yes,
Seun?
let them get angry. If nobody's giving them money, all those beggars, I think they are the fire for the revolution that we need in this country. If they are angry, they'll be in the governor's office, but we are there bailing out the government. When we bail them out, when we are giving our cousins money for school, helping people pay hospital bill, all of us want to act like we are good people. This is our acting like we are good people. While in our bank, we are helping our guy launder money. In the education system, we are taking bribe from students and giving them marks. We are doing all these things to destroy the country on one hand, and then on the other hand, we are helping people with the proceeds. Like someone who is going to give this people scholarship.
But Seun, just to ride off of that, I also do believe, very strongly in community. And I do believe that for where Nigeria needs to be, it's going to be a combination of factors. Now, we know our current situation. We know that even as we influence leadership moving forward, with a number of people going out there to get their PVCs so that they can, vote the right people. We know that the change that we want to see, it's a long-term process. It's not going to be a snap of our fingers.
And it's not going to be charity-based.
It's not going to be charity-based. However, given our current situation, we know that as a community, and this is something that we also advise, that we need to step up to the plate, that if we see our brothers hungry as well, maybe go beyond just handing out. I believe that I'm also expecting communities to come together to take people to school. Now, I know that it might sound like it's bailing out the government, but whilst we are on one hand ensuring that we are influencing, the government and influencing leadership, on the other hand, we should also be creating...
That's not bailing out the government. What we must do if we are making sure we want to take children to school is to make sure that the school is functional.
Indeed.
So we cannot just say we want to head children to the school. We can even start our community-based transport for poor children to get to school every day. But we must also make sure that the school is functional.
That's very
true. Teaching them. You understand? Not that we are just going to dump them in a building where they don't do anything all day. Or they are not, the educational standard is not being met. I mean, how many of us here want to send our children to any state school? How many? Nobody wants to send their children to state school. Everybody wants to go to private school, right? Because private school is where we believe that our children can get quality education. So what I believe is it's not only about us saying, the governor rides around Lagos every day.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that the first 2 kids he's seen, working during school hours. I personally, I don't patronize that. Like they are selling granite. They are doing this. Oh God, give me money. It irritates me when I see children and then their parents sit down and you are exploiting your children like this because of poverty. Instead of you to stand up and fight for that child's future, or they don't know. Let's believe they don't know any better. Let's believe that society is not giving them the platform or even the relevance to hear them. Because in Africa also, the rich people in Africa are so bad that poor people have to act rich before we think that they are human beings.
Wow.
If you cannot even afford to act rich, you are not a human being. I mean, you are not even in the conversation. So maybe that our inability to hear the poor also stops them from, taking that stance. But at the same time, I feel there's so many steps before you start exploiting your child, and exposing them to, these children will be crossing traffic, trying to chase money, selling pure water, But the state can afford to, put these children in school, feed them in school, and also put their parents on welfare.
Yeah.
You cannot expect a child to even learn if he's coming from the slum to school. It is impossible. I tell people, the building of that school, is linked to the quality of the child's home.
Indeed.
How can a child that is living in a traumatic neighborhood where there's violence, gang warfare, police brutality, no light, no water, hunger, all these things in this child's community, but then you want to put the child in school? How would that child learn?
I think I expected better from the governor, especially how very sensitive his tenure has been so far, with all the things that have happened. But putting out pictures such as this and an epistle on social media, it just shows, or it seems to a large extent, that he's, maybe leveraging off of sentiments as opposed to attacking what the issues are. What I would have expected that he did wasn't to just single out the Amarachi and the Suebats. I would expect that through that, he will come out to make a statement about education.
In general, a new policy.
That's
right?
what we're expecting. Because how then do you expect the others who have their children at home doing nothing? What are they expected to do? Hope that one day the governor will see them on the road or come to their houses? I'm very disappointed in this showcase pretty much that is on social media.
Also, let us speak the truth. We as the professionals of Nigeria, how many of you are owing your child's school fees right now? Many of you are owing now. Is your relationship with the school that is allowing your child to go to school?
Wow.
Many of you are borrowing money now to pay school fees. It should be so. We are living in Lagos State. When my parents were growing up, they used to talk about how wonderful the public education was. Many of the rich people in Nigeria today went through public education from primary to university without paying a dime. You understand? This was the quality of education we had in the pop. Why can't we bring that back? You understand? Why do we Nigerians have to live under the pressure of school fees? It's pressure. The governor doesn't even understand that even many of the children in school, their parents are borrowing money to keep them there? Well, Amarachi and Swebat, you are lucky. You have to say,
they are lucky.
As I said, this is the miracle we are all praying for. For miracle to be picking one of us out of our situation. No, it's true. If that is what we are waiting for, let's be waiting for one person to be picked up.
That's quite appalling.
Because what we need is institutions that we can all access.
Yeah.
That gives us equal, and that's why we put you people in power to create the policies that will make these institutions function for us. But obviously, this is not the plan. We must continue this myth in Nigeria, because politicians in Nigeria are more interested in their personal image than the image of the administration. So the administration's image in Lagos State is still the same. Everybody, when you think of the administration, Lagos State, it's federal government, but then the politicians, instead of using PR and policy to develop the state, it is themselves. So this is him developing someone who lose image as a good man. He doesn't care whether we see the state education as good, but he cares that he is a good man. While we, in the back of our minds, still don't want to send our children to public education. It's not the image of public education that should be laundered by developing it. So we all know that, these public schools are getting better. They are competing with these private schools. And many of us can even be brave enough to remove our children. Because how will the poor and rich mix in Nigeria? Where will that camaraderie that we need to make Nigeria? Because this is what happened before. You go to school and this is where everybody meets. You go to England, America, that's where everybody meets.
Yeah.
To create new networks. But here we are all segregated. All rich children go to their rich private school. All poor children go to their poor public school. And we keep society in that same imbalance.
Yeah. All right, it's 11:59. We wrap this up right here, right now. A big thank you to our sponsors, Adam and Eve, Africa's #1 homeware luxury store. And Seun, it's goodbye from your end as well. Before saying goodbye, any words?
Yeah, as I say, Lagos drivers, I beg, make sure that they give themselves road. Take it easy as you drive around this town this weekend. We need you here next week, listening to the TPP and giving us your love and support. Big Bird Kuti on Instagram, Seun Kuti on Facebook, and at Seun Kuti on our newly relaunched Twitter.
I like that.
We are back.
All right, guys, reach out to me on Instagram at Ify_I. That is IFY_I. And follow Lagos Talks at Lagos Talks 913 across all social media platforms. Remember, The People's Perspective, your favorite show, is brought to you by Africa's #1 luxury homeware store, Adam and Eve, that has something very special for you this Valentine's season. So listen up as we say goodbye.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.
And also, before the lights start blowing up, I know they will soon, we should remember the building that collapsed. These are the kind of things we should see. This common thread in the behavior of those that are the masters of our society. Their buildings can collapse, they walk away, nothing will happen, no kind of justice, no, even though the so-called owner, but he's not the only one involved in that project. He must have investors, everybody must be called to account, but nobody is ever broke. I did a live on my podcast show, Big Bird's Eye View, so I was talking about how people say, Nigerians get the government that they deserve, Nigerian people are like their government, and I was telling people that Nigerians we are nothing like our elites. Our elites put us in a situation where we have to behave like we are them. For example, me and you have a issue. Where can I go to court for a civil matter and not spend 15 years? So who is a fool? Why would I want to go to court for 15 years to solve a civil issue when we all know that justice delayed is justice denied? You understand? So people who want to cut corners, take matters into their own hands, we are forced, absolutely forced to be like this, And this is one of you will go and buy fuel. And the person that's supposed to ensure that
in the industry insiders to me, and that the first point of confusion was when the regulatory body known as the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Agency released a statement, and it took them a while before releasing a statement. And what they said was that a limited quantity of petrol was contaminated or adulterated, and then they went on to say that methanol is a regular additive and is usually blended in acceptable quantity. So the person pointed out, he said to me, this is not true, that they're lying. You can see, look at the statement. The first one is limited quantity, but it wasn't limited. 371. So are these guys taking us for a ride?
I mean, of course, if Nigerians, the Senate right now has been doing the longest investigation, I think, that I've heard of. Oh. They're investigating if Nigerians truly use 60 million liters of petrol a day. Or more.
So we don't even know how many.
So but the question is, if you buy full tank today, will you buy full tank tomorrow? So where is this 60 million liter? If I buy fuel today now, I won't at least buy fuel for the next 3 days or 4 days. If I'm moving up and down, you can ask my wife. One full tank in Seun's car is 1 month. That's how little I go about. I don't really go out a lot. So if I fill my tank now, I feel use that for 1 month. You understand? And I'm sure there are many people in Nigeria like me. So all these lies that they used to, because this is state capture, when you've captured the state, when a group of people have captured the state, like the elites of Nigeria have, they can give themselves big payouts. It is basically a largesse for the oil sector. And let's not blame the oil sector alone. The banking sector, they have their own largesse. When you hear of AMCON, what is AMCON in Nigeria? Asset management of whose assets are we managing? Asset management, Corporation of Nigeria. For where now? Because they gave rich people, banks were distributing money to all the rich without collateral that we have to pay for. Sky Bank is the latest one that just now closed down, turned to Polaris, right? They were the latest one to go down. And even the government they were trying their best to save the bank.
The public money.
Yes, so to save the bank's board now. You understand? They gave the bank, was it in 2018? Was it 200 billion or 2019?
So Sky Bank?
Yeah, to Sky Bank. When they asked the CBN governor, said they had to do that to protect the depositors' funds. I looked at him, but no journalist there was intelligent enough to ask him. Because that's the word I have to use. Because I know that they are intelligent enough. But brown envelope don't close their mouths for the press conference. So let me now use that they are not intelligent, because you can't ask such a question. He said they are using it to protect depositors' money. So I had to ask, depositor and taxpayer, are they different? Who is the depositor? Who is the taxpayer? You are using taxpayers' money to protect depositors' money. You are using my money, Peter's money. Oh, Nigeria. Oh. Somebody stole my money in the bank, right? You're not using my money to return to me, to protect, to tell me that you have returned my money that the person stole. Why the person goes home to sleep?
I think it was 100 billion naira.
That's the first one. I say his money complete 200.
Oh, really?
I they tell you now.
So I had first set and second. Wow.
This is 2016. I said they give them 200 billion for 2018, 2019. 200 billion. 200. They still closed down. The bank still shut down. They still didn't make it.
There's something the CBN said at that time, that such a bank is too big to fail.
Maybe it has failed now. What has happened? Did you lose sleep? What we say such things? I mean, growing up, when I was growing up and they were selling capitalism to us as African people, they told us that capitalism rewards the best. If you work hard, you make it. If you don't, you fail. There was not a principle in capitalism that was, well, there are now some people that are too big to fail. It's a lie. Capitalism is only supposed to reward you when you are doing your best.
So survival of the fittest.
Exactly. So how come some people are failing, but they are not getting the effects of capitalism? Suddenly they become socialists. When we are saying let's be socialists for the benefit of Nigerian people, let's use Nigerian wealth to take care of all Nigerian people. Let's build schools, let's build roads, let's build more hospitals, give people access to social welfare to bring the dignity to their lives. Everybody will start laughing. Even the poor people you are trying to tell, because they are listening to the narrative of the rich.
They will protect.
They say, hey, no, I beg.
You know, another lie that
but as soon as, is the rich turn to experience some capitalism now. They suddenly jump into all over the world. America, when you hear the same thing, too big to fail. That's socialism. When they start using public funds to
like it happened between
subsidize existence.
George Bush and Obama when Wall Street was failing. After they took people's money.
That's what I'm saying. Suddenly they all embrace socialism immediately, but only for the rich. It is the rich that must not lose their dignity, because when they lose all their money, they will become poor. They will be walking on the street. You will now be seeing this big man that was a big man yesterday. You affect his dignity. Their dignity must be secured. It is the people that must live without dignity, that must live without self-respect, that must go from hand to mouth. People will be talking about how Africans are living like animals. I'll be laughing. I'll say, stop insulting animals. Because you see, animals know when their next meal is coming.
Oh my God.
Animals have shelter.
You're preaching, man.
No, I'm telling you. You want to compare your lifestyle to the lifestyle of a lion that can go anywhere he likes, roaming about, nobody can stop him. You police is stopping you, snapping you daily. I mean, that's it. You're living like an animal, my brother. My brother, relax. Stop giving yourself unnecessary props. You never reach there. Wait till you can eat when you like. Like a lion. You understand? wait till you can eat when you like.
This is really highly I don't know, controversial, but kind of deep. If you agree, sure you can call. But another thing that people pointed out, some people, and I've seen, is another lie told to these to Nigerians by this regulatory agency that was meant to test, telling Nigerians, quote, methanol is a regular additive in petrol. This is what a statement they put out. Look at it. In a letter-headed paper, methanol is a regular additive in petrol and is usually blended
into a
acceptable quantity.
But what you should ask, where's the outrage from the professional unions in this industry? Where's the outrage? Is such a blatant lie being told about their practice? You understand? Such a misleading and misdirecting lie. If it is, but as it is right now, how can Nigerian people even know? That's why I keep saying that there's no way Nigeria can be the way it is without the active connivance of the professional / private sector.
I'm sure they know.
Exactly.
Like these guys,
I think because everybody is also involved to some certain extent, and they're also beneficiaries to some certain extent. Nobody wants to say anything.
They push it back to the people.
That is the reason why, we are where we are. There's nobody aligning with the people. You understand? We are ruled by our oppressors. Then we that have come from the people, we the professionals that have come from the people to get some access, get some comfort within the system, we get there, and instead of aligning with the people, we align with the oppressor so that he can send us to build estates. You understand? Send us to construct road. Send us to deliver something.
I agree with you, brother, because whichever way it goes, even if you look at the IPMAN or the MOMAN, the Major Oil Marketers Association, right? These are the guys who get this thing to sell to the public, or the independent. Somehow the government will still give them a payoff, or replace it for them, or the burden will still be pushed back to the people.
Of course, what is subsidy called in Nigeria? First of all, why is the Nigerian government trying to tell us that they are too busy to import petrol by themselves? If it is not a way to, as I said, distribute wealth to a certain class, because this thing is wealth accumulation by a certain class. Everything that is Nigerian is privatized to the hands of few people, who now use it as private. Because they forget that when national institutions or our commonwealth or resources are privatized, is more like you are a guardian of it. You're supposed to use it. Yes, I'm not saying don't make money. Make money for yourself. Yes, get paid, but it's supposed to be linked to the development of the nation. But what we find is that these people, corner our resources, corner our institutions, and use it only for their own personal benefit. Why would Nigerians still be importing petrol if it is not the fact that some people make money from it? Where is the pride in these billionaires in this sector? You sit down with your friends all over the world and you're telling them that you're importing petrol into your own country, although you're a big wig in this game, you're a big player in this game. Your competitors internationally are running refineries, hundreds of them, all over the world. Don't forget that. No, we act like this is our game, this capitalist, globalist game we are playing. We're just supposed to sit there in Africa and be exploited. This is due to the weakness of the Nigerian elites. They are weak. They should be in the world, exploiting the world too.
You know, this thing you're saying is exactly what a report I read that was authored in 2016 by a Swiss corporate watchdog called Public Eye. They put out a report. If I send it to you, really, you'll cry. That these Swiss, they're looking at the Swiss firms. There are others like Russians and, but the Swiss guys are the ones they looked at. They mentioned 5 big ones. Out of those 5, 4 are part of those who are given this direct sales, direct purchase oil contract to basically take Nigeria's crude and then give us petrol in return. And they have had a history of mixing the petrol with things like ethanol. If you test, you see methanol, or other dangerous stuff. If you test, you see lead that is dangerous for human health, or you see sulfur that is dangerous to human health. And
what about the environment? I mean, methanol in anything is being cut down, is being banned in the world because of its adverse.
Yeah,
it's one of the most toxic gases.
Yeah. So my brother, it's crazy.
Methane, methanol comes out. The waste is methane, and methane is one of the most toxic gases.
So that report said that Africans are suffering health-wise, cancer, respiratory diseases, lung diseases, and co because of what these guys do. So what the study found was that when they buy this thing from Amsterdam, Rotterdam, or Antwerp, they on the high sea, when they buy it, they get a certificate. They certify it as good quality. On the high sea, they mix it in the tanker with all the sulfuric things
to increase the quantity.
Quantity, thank you.
Yes, it's true now.
But when they get here, they tip our guys. They pay huge money.
I mean, it is not today. I don't know if you notice, if you buy fuel in some filling stations, or some other filling stations, you see that from time to time one burns quicker than the other.
Okay.
The smell, you can also tell, and things like that. So, and it's not today. I remember even under Abacha one time, we had to shut down the whole Nigeria because there was one smelly petrol going on all over the place. It has happened a few times under Abacha, under Obasanjo. I had smelly petrol, and
because this report said, they mentioned Abacha. It said that these guys, their history in Nigeria goes back to.
It's Abacha that started the game. I mean, IBB drew up the blueprint, but he didn't have time to execute. IBB, it was Abacha that executed. That's when they started petrol subsidy. I remember growing up buying petrol. Me and my dad, was maybe 25 kobo a liter or something incredible. Then the first jump when they started this, their whole went to 11 naira.
Was it SAP?
Yes, structural. It went to 11 naira. The whole of Nigeria lost their mind. Anyway, we are still in the battle, and we must find a way to deliver. I think is our line.
Yeah. Okay, we have a calls coming through 0091.
We missed a few just now because we are gisting. But please call back.
Call back, please. Call back.
Join our gist.
Yeah. If he doesn't come, we may just stretch. 08091913913 08092220913. We have the next first call on the line. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning. This is David.
All right.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, David. Where are you calling from, my brother?
Better.
Well, Dave, to be perfectly honest with you, I think what we are being told about what is going on is the tip of the iceberg. Honestly, Yoruba people have an adage. We will say aje kele ni omo kulano. I mean aje kele ni omo kulola. I mean, that the which cries this night and a child dies tomorrow morning. These people they were shouting subsidy. They wanted to increase subsidy just 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. You understand? And the people resisted. They had to dial back the plan. So I don't think it's a coincidence that this happened, you know, in the midst of this whole fuel subsidy debate. Because, you know,
understand what I'm saying. You know, the fuel was imported to Nigeria.
Yes, no, let me just finish.
Yes, there could be, okay.
So the point I'm trying to make was that I think that there's a larger conspiracy. Because that's why at that point when they're supposed to check it, nobody checked because this is what everybody in the game wanted. You understand?
But, you know, when those trucks are loaded downstream now, they take it to filling stations. Now, there is only a supervisor that checks each compartment, checks the components, checks the text, and certifies
my brother,
before they pump it.
This thing is
that is what I'm asking that.
And that was when
Almost so many filling stations fail to do that check. I'm not talking of
it is not a problem of density. You understand? You heard when we started, he talked about methanol. It's a problem of chemical.
The constitution of it, Gongon.
When you are doing that check, you will notice anything wrong. Apart from the density, if there's coloring, if there's any smell, if there's any abnormality, you will notice it at that point. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you. I mean, as I said, I believe that everybody, how many people own the whole fuel business in Nigeria? Are they up to 500? So they can all have a meeting and decide.
Yeah.
I think this is a conspiracy. I think that the government is still hiding things from the people in terms of what just happened.
Yeah.
You know, and we should really get to the bottom of it. And all the people with their cars spoiled, they should be compensated by all these rich people.
But my brother, in 2008, there was an issue like this in Lagos, where people's cars started going bad. A lot of people, and then NNPC was not quote the sole importer. Owando was the one who had that consignment, 33,000 metric tons of So they put out a statement, which is available on the internet that can be seen, apologizing to the public and saying that the company that brought in the fuel was a Swiss company. They called it Dutch, but I think it's Swiss, named Gunvor. You understand? And it was a big scandal. The House of Reps called the DG of DPR to say, why didn't you see there was ethanol in? And the man said they don't have the facilities to check,
to test.
So and I know that the DPR, which is now the NMDPRA, since then they've commissioned a lot of laboratories across the country. You know, so I'm wondering how can it be that having gone through that, they are now telling us that they don't test for methanol?
I mean, as I said, one of the ways to also increase fuel price in Nigeria was by creating queues.
Oh, okay. So you sell for more.
Yeah. So I think that they already planned to create these false queues. So nobody had actually called. So when the whole thing backfired, they had to quickly rush and arrange fuel anywhere they can.
Okay.
So I think this is where the larger conspiracy here will still be tied to the whole fuel subsidy issue. It has to be tied to that.
Lies.
Yeah, it has to be tied. We have to know I'm sure that is the centrifugal force that ties that is holding all this craziness that we're experiencing in the fuel sector this past week together.
It's crazy. We have an next call on the line. Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yes,
TPP, we welcome to the show.
Good morning, Seun. Yeah, you have on the line. I'm calling from Onipan.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah. It's not today that Nigerians have been buying well. It's not today. So I just you understand? Now we should. You don't imagine how come the fuel pump, the fuel nozzles that Oyibo have been using in their car for years. How come when they come to Nigeria, when they sell it for Nigeria, how come our own under how many months other it is spoiled? Because our fuel is substandard. It is different from what. When you bring some Tokumbo vehicles and you smell the fuel, you will see the difference. Because I've got loose. I've opened a fuel pump one day, like I've changed to open, and this thing just contains magnets and what's it called? A coin. That's all, and some turbines to spin it out. So how come our own gets spoiled very easily? Before you know it, when you have the mechanic, they say, put your head, you don't spoil.
Mm.
I beg, we go get the last.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you for calling.
08091913913.
As you just said, now this is one of the things, like when people say Nigerians are like their government. No. See all these regulatory enforcement bodies in the country, they are those are the things that keep society sane. If regulators do not regulate, then people lose trust in the institutions. And when people lose trust in the institutions, they have to look for their own personal ways. System. You understand?
It's terrible.
That's what it is. And we are forced, as if we are the ones that say we don't want courts to work. We don't want regulators to regulate. We don't want police to be paid well and to do their job right. We don't want investigators. We don't want our universities to be funded well. That's not what we said. That's not what we want. You understand? It's what is imposed on us.
A gentleman put up a video on Instagram of a black market guy selling, fuel in jerrycans, in kegs, opposite the NNPC headquarters in Abuja. Just in front. They were doing black market.
Before Uncle, I'm sure the supervisor of that NNPC said get your own black market guy there.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Is that Coyote?
No, this is Kofi Patel's and Seun Kuti. It's a people's
Okay,
perspective.
Mr. Seun, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I never miss my star. You just show.
Mr. Seun, good morning, sir.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, though.
Where are you calling from? Dan Lady, where are you calling from?
Well, to be very sincere, I think there's some kind of conspiracy because with this fuel issue that we're having right now, the picture is not very clear to some of us. Because how come is when we started talking about subsidy or stuff like that, all of a sudden we were having issue with our fuel and all of it. And the worst part of it is that the president is the Minister of Petroleum, right? And so he needs to drop first the office of the president and address us as the Minister of Petroleum and find a way to deal with it. Because we are tired of to do something about it. You understand? Every time the government come up with statements and there is nothing they try to keep all of those things. This country is being run by these people. I don't know. It's heart-wrenching. It's breaking our heart. We want this country to be better, but the people we have over there, they are not in any way, like they don't wish this country to be better.
Right.
Like they don't wish. They are doing things on purpose, frustrating people. Now people's cars got broke down as a result of bad fuel. Their cars are not working. Who will take responsibility for that?
All right.
You understand?
Thank you.
Who's going to
We
pay?
have to go to the next caller. Thank you very much. So he's asking who
Yeah,
take
I mean,
responsibility.
I think as he said, it's true. The Minister of Petrol should address the nation. The Minister of Petroleum. This is a big cabinet in Nigeria. It is a big portfolio in Nigerian cabinet. Abi, the minister can't just be quiet in the midst of all this, in the midst of a scarcity like this. The minister is just quiet.
He's angry. He's not quiet. Yesterday we saw in papers. He said, that the DG of the Nigerian midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory agency should be queried. So he was angry.
By whom? The minister sent out the query directly to his DG.
Someone should query him. But the funny thing is, NNPC first of all says, since 2017 we are the sole importers of petrol. Then this thing happens, it hits the ceiling fan, and now they say, oh, it's Emirates. Emirates fires back and says, we don't import petrol, you are the ones who import petrol.
NNPC, we are four of us in this game.
Owando they now says Owando. Owando says, no, you are your own, OYO. Look at it. Owando
I
fires
know
back.
that. I know, I mean, you have forgotten when Obasanjo and Atiku too had that you be thief, I don't be thief. Like, that's the way.
Yeah.
It's you, it's not me.
And,
Hi, good morning to you.
Good
What's your
afternoon.
name? Yes, welcome.
Emmanuel from the
How are you doing, Emmanuel? Welcome to the show.
Fine, my brother. Conspiracy is not only, it is not a small conspiracy because how come
It is happening. Everything is happening just like a wildfire immediately. Oh, it is a whole lot of conspiracy. I don't. Understand, and we are in a very big dilemma because who is querying who now? Mr. President is a minister of petroleum, so who is to query Mr. President now? Or is it we are just left with shifting blame? It is Rwanda, it is NNPC. It is MRS.
No, the truth is that the buck stops at the minister's table. Yeah, that's just the truth.
The buck stops at the minister's table.
That's just the truth. I mean, so President Buhari will have to, at some point, talk to Minister Buhari.
So you want him to step out of his body?
He has to. He has to have an out-of-body experience.
That was a nice talk.
I mean, how do we do this?
You know, but so he has to step out and say,
yes, and say,
what's going on?
So as he's telling the minister, saying you are spoiling this petrol, the minister will say, President, you are spoiling the country.
So you want him to query himself, or you want him to address the nation and say, sack Buhari, the minister of.
Buhari can sack Buhari on this. This is enough to sack.
But are we not being unfair to the president? You know, he may be minister of petroleum, but may not be hands-on. You know,
you have to be hands-on. See,
probably leaving. You know, what's his name again? Timmy President to just to report to him.
I feel like in anything we're going to do in Nigeria, if we're going to engage with the public institutions of Nigeria, we must be willing to do what is in our capacity. We cannot take too much and we cannot take too little. So we must be we must perform at like a premium when you're in public office. So, and I'm sure nobody forced the president to also say he wanted to be Minister of Petroleum. You know, this was his decision. Even if they forced him, they didn't put gun to his head. You understand? Even if they put a gun to his head, he has not come out to tell us that they forced me to take this. So he must be enjoying the job. So he should be able to. It's 11:37, and I think we should hear from our sponsors.
Yes.
Just to the people keeping us perspecting on the perspective.
All right.
Adam and Eve, everybody.
So is usually on the is scheduled?
It's not scheduled. I think that's it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It means it's played by because it is publishing. Okay, I'm just gonna look for it.
Because if he's one that always
yeah. Adam and Eve.
Yeah, we have to do that. Because the woman, Seun, she won't kill us last.
Are you serious?
The query which she writes.
Don't be smoking. But this thing it stinks big time.
Don't turn on one radio station, and boy, do I have some exciting news for you. Now, guys, trust me, you know when I come through to your radio,
you know when the president said, the minister said they're going to remove fuel subsidy.
This is coming from Adam and Eve Luxury Home Store, and I can tell you guys, this is the Valentine edition, and it's themed "Stoke the Fire." I mean, guys, you will agree with me that Valentine is the opportunity for couples to spice up their relationship. Now, loved by many all over the world, Valentine is the perfect time to show your partner just how much you care. I will come to understand that for many couples, Valentine is more than just a gift, but the message behind the gift. Now, guys, listen.
Well, you know your camera.
Your spouse deserves the information, right?
But yeah,
Take some time out to put more thought into the gifts you pick.
I'm a
now,
camera
guys, Valentine is also about emotional well-being.
This thing is crazy.
And especially kicking the COVID
there's an article forward to you,
send
so
a
you can
thoughtful
read it.
gift to anyone you care about.
You go cry.
Your parents, siblings. Don't forget your boss and teammates. You know, raise the feel-good factor. And guys, I can tell you for sure that Adam and Eve Luxury Home Store is the perfect place where you can get exclusive, unusual gifts.
So what happens is this guy, this wife, come down to Africa and then dump this thing here with connivance of our officials.
Yeah, man.
Pay them a lot of money and get away with it.
Pay them peanuts.
Okay.
To them, it's a lot of money.
To them, it's money, right?
These people is peanuts now. The economic value to them to be able to dump this waste here. You know.
Yesterday and then Monday, I checked the air quality in Lagos. It's worse than Beijing. It was look at it was 160 AQI. This is 156. It's better this month. Last night it was 160. This is really terrible. This is like what you have in Port Harcourt with all those, coal fire things.
Our air quality is one of the worst in the world.
Yeah, but it's never always been like this. So.
But Lagos is very worse because of the pollution. Yeah.
God,
construction, more cars.
Yeah, but this sulfur that they're putting in the fuel,
exactly.
it's a big chance that it's costing us.
You know the
Lagos Talks on 91.3.
environmental pollution in Lagos is quite immense.
Okay, check your WhatsApp. Okay, you're online.
Yeah, well, after we do this thing, I'll check it.
It's a long one, by the way.
I forgot my book at home yesterday, so it's good. That's what I'll be reading.
Oh, okay.
I'll use it to pass time.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading a book by John Henry Clark. I cannot forget the title. Anyway, yeah, I'm reading a book by John Henry Clark right now. I forgot the title. We're back.
Okay, welcome back. The Big Bird is still here, Seun Kuti himself, and of course, we have some more time on our hands. If you will soon be with us and walk in through the studio, when she comes in, we'll take our bow. But Seun, you've been giving us your thoughts on the, I like to call it Fuel Gate. Yeah.
Larry Fuel Gate. Larry Fuel Gate.
My brother, it's sad, really
but
sad.
I think we should move to our next topic today.
But before we do that, let's just take some messages. We have, this one says, Big Bird, chai. I used to think zeal, that's critical thinking, was about the most perceptive person on Nigerian radio. But you, Big Bird, the bomb. Where you they drop better pass precision munition.
Thank you. I'm operating with that new Chinese Russia ultra supersonic bomb they just launched last week.
Serious, my God. Maybe you should supply a little to the NAF, he says. This guy, he's always contributing to our programs. I suspect he's some sort of military intelligence. He always has this.
It's because our NAF continues to bomb innocents.
Yeah.
Remember that they went to go and bomb IDP camp. Dirty person don't go see for this country.
He said first it was, you can't change world-class price if you can't pay world-class salary. It says now it's stop insulting animals. They're sure of their next meal. Lion can go anywhere. It likes without fear of anything. This is giving it too much.
You don't know. We always I'm sure like the animals in the jungles of Africa, where we Nigerians are like, we are living like animals. We be like, what has gone wrong in our existence?
With man.
What has gone wrong here?
No, that's your feeling. Okay. This one says, good Kofi and Big Bird. All these companies were indicted for subsidy theft and were even the ones who bribed Farouk Lawan, who was leading an investigation and is jailed, while the owners of those companies are still free walking around. And yet NNPC detained or retained them and still made them their partners. I heard they claimed billions we used to clear the bad field too bad. Chief Odo, this is it.
Yes, that is fact.
But we forget, my brother. We forget.
Under Jonathan, the fuel subsidy panel that they had, indictment now is not prosecution. Because if you remember very vividly, what's her name? Desani Madueke was indicted as the transportation minister for corruption
before she moved over to.
And when she was indicted under an administration that Jonathan was as vice president.
Okay.
And as Jonathan entered as president, he took her and put her as petroleum minister. Somebody the senator of the country has indicted as a criminal.
But
I think that is the badge of honor. When these people are arguing, have you been indicted by the Senate?
But isn't it a tragedy that the people don't ask the questions that they need to ask? You understand? For instance, we have these.
But it is the journalists that should ask. You know, when we say the people should ask, how do the people ask? We should go and be knocking their door.
But journalists are part of the people.
Journalists are part of people with a specific job to inform the people. You know, but when we are misinformed, you know, when situations are misrepresented to the people deliberately at that, you understand? It is when you now start having that's what now happens to our society, that we become ignorant of our own position, our own situations. You understand? It's not as if we are being told the truth. People expect Nigerians to suddenly also become, inside this our suffering, we should now also become Sherlock Holmes. We should be able to investigate the political situation and come to our own conclusion and question our...
The idea is, people should also, like, for instance, now, this thing may just die naturally.
The news, exactly, you see. So the news that is coming to the people must be emphasizing these facts. Anytime I want to discuss issues in Nigeria, the media always portrays every issue independently as if it is of its own, without giving it any historical perspective, any political perspective, except it is all this their political clash between personalities. They want you to have the lowdown. But if you want to, like, for example, if they are reporting this whole fuel issue, nobody will remind Nigerians in the article that, oh, if you remember clearly, these people were indicted in 2015 in this thing, break it down. Like, as soon as the DPR Oga came out to start talking yesterday, people should have just been like, Oga, wait first. What happened to the indictments of these same people in 2012 and 2013? What have you done about that? But that doesn't happen.
So now we have the information. We know what's going on. My prediction is that this conversation is going to just be overtaken by another thing.
Of course. I mean, new week, new drama. As you see with as I said, the collapsed building.
We moved on.
We've moved on.
Because there's a new one.
We've moved on. They've cleared the rubble. I mean, I'm sure if you go and tell people that building collapsed, they'll say, which building?
Oh, okay, that one. We're very good at moving on. Anyway, thank you very much. We have Chief Odo and, of course, OB as well. This one says, at TPP, I'm Chijoke listening from Lekki. On this issue of bad petrol, the government is telling several lies to cover the lies they already told. They bought cheap petrol so as to maximize profit on daily fuel consumption. It appears people are now drinking petrol instead of beer because it's far cheaper than beer. This has trebled petrol consumption. It's as funny as subsidy payment. Even our government knows it is a blatant lie. Money is being chopped. All right, thank you for your time, Chijoke. Another one here says the only difference between Nigerian politicians and the everyday Nigerians is just chance. He says this so-called elites also come from the people. As not all of them are born rich, take a look at the everyday life of a Nigerian, a mix of wickedness, corruption, and tiny sympathy. The moment this everyday Nigerian makes it to government, their full wickedness potential blows out. The so-called elites are terrible the same way the people can be terrible. Black wickedness to black, depending on the situation. We blame white for all our problems. Africans should get to work and stop this nonsense of blame game as it has and will never help Africans out of their troubles.
This is a very ahistorical comment. You know, as I said, Nigerians are very naive when it comes to politics and understanding situations. As we just said, in this whole analysis, haven't we mentioned multinational corporations that are assisting and paying bribes for these things to happen in our country? So why would we not talk about foreigners when they are the ones actively empowering the people that are oppressing us here with millions and millions of dollars?
And dumping toxic fuel.
Exactly, on our markets. And when you say the average Nigerian, when he gets there, which average Nigerian gets there? What all these fantasies we talk about, there's no average Nigerian that gets to power. We must pass through a system that is already evil. We are like this, we are open to it because we are educated by our elites. They educate you to put their spirit in you. So you're a potential oppressor in waiting. They've used the educational system to normalize their behavior. You pass through primary, secondary school in Nigeria, 12 years of education, you never hear the word injustice in your classroom. You never hear the word oppression, police brutality, state capture. The truth of your reality is not touched